on this. This we have a post workshop all day. Perfect opportunity to dive in and really yourself. So as you I want to tell you a little bit about Lori. Lori, you're right here, conscious life. So working as an animal communicator, and she said the inside track, only what the kingdom was, but an inside spirit. And so I myself really to her and really in her work DNA activation, start activation, light turned on, off, to be so powerful in the way he does, emphasizing the other part of me left. Right? Experience that when you are so I just really to introduce the author, the speaker, for catalyst.
I love you. So, thank you so much. I'm so excited for time together. Thanks for being here. Who's brand new? Oh my goodness. Awesome. For a treat. For those of you who don't know, again, is Spagna more than years. I'll just say really that my desire is just animals to alignment with the source. We really personally and have to achieve experience anything we personally, globally. There is no thing that can stop us. So, and for the love, we know that for the love exists. That's it. If anyone's in any of that, we are working of every beautiful, fabulous. But the way we do really come into it. That's what I'm about. Animals come. The original source of where we recognize as creator, God, the field. It doesn't matter how we identify. It matters. And it matters we come in that source, our sacred center, and all of existence on earth, and that's wrong. That's focus on. Okay, first I just want to hear from you guys a little bit. But that's the basic practice we're going to do. Once we get into the basic practice, we're going to do downloads, activations, healings, and maybe even we'll see if some guidance comes in from the higher realms, any transmissions, whatever's meant to come through for us will. And we'll set up sacred space together. You'll all see how that's done. You'll participate. Again, the only thing that can stop you is you, because we live in a free will reality, and your free will, other than God, Source, Creator's agenda of the light, will reign supreme. Understand, everything else is just distraction. There is one God, Source, Creator's agenda of the light. The agenda of the light will prevail, and that is for all human beings who are willingly, and animals, willingly participating, that we will wake up and come into alignment with the divinity that we are, all of us. If we choose not to, if we get distracted, go down some kind of rabbit hole, get lost in conspiracy theories, which I'm not saying that they're not true. I'm saying if we get lost or distracted, our free will reign supreme. You have choices. Free will choice. So you just have to decide if you're honestly, sincerely choosing to align with the agenda of the light. I can say with 100% certainty that my goal and desire is to serve the light. I'm here in support of the light, and I do my very best to align with the agenda of the light, which to me is God, Source, Creator's will for humanity. And that will reign supreme. Other than our free will, we're the only ones who can distract ourselves. Make sense? All right, good. So first, I just want to hear from you. What are, and you can just kind of like say it out loud, what are some of the most important things to you in coming to this today? Because that's what we're going to make sure you get. What? Yes. Healing, topic area, one to two words. Trauma. Body trauma. Okay. Let me just ask if this is where I want to go first. This is not quite where I was going to go, but what is at the root of any and all traumas? I heard someone say shame. Evil? Fear? Okay, everything is an alignment issue. So any trauma that's stored in what we call our morphogenetic field, what is the morphogenetic field? It's the field of energy that we are. How big is the field of energy that we are as individuated beings? Individuated aspects of Source. It's larger than the Empire State Building. That's your field of energy. But you as an individuation, each of us, we're not encompassing that right now. We are, our consciousness isn't there. So traumas are energetic frequencies in our field that aren't really us. Who thinks you have an ego? Who believes you have an ego? Come on, raise your hand. That's a lie. It really is. I'm here to tell you, you do not have an ego. There is a fourth dimensional bandwidth of energy that is called egoic structure. If you're identifying with it, that means you're hanging out there believing it. But it's not true. It's not true. You are God's Source Creator, not the whole of it. You are an aspect of it. We all are. Waking up and remembering, clearing, healing, and resolving aspects of us living in separation from that source, misaligned. But in reality, as we come into alignment, we recognize, oh, that's just egoic debris in 4D. It's not even mine. Let's bypass that. We are meant to align with what we call 5D or vibrational bandwidth. That's way beyond that egoic structure of 4D. But don't believe that it's yours. Just recognize it's in your field, interference, because your field is way beyond 4D, bigger. Omnidirectional in a sense of you as an individuation of that one true source that is infinite. What's infinite? We don't even know what infinite is. We can't even wrap our brains around infinite, right? What is that? Infinite. Okay, so trauma is stuff in your field that can be cleared, healed, resolved. All right, what else does everyone want to work on? Okay, you want divine gifts. Divine gifts. So we all want divine gifts. Sometimes we want to be channelers. Sometimes we want to be healers. Who wants to be, we talked about some of these. You want to connect with your angels. What are some of the other gifts everybody in the room wants? Knowledge and wisdom. Where does all knowledge and wisdom reside? In a book? Through the TV, the news reporter, the teachers, the doctors, the lawyers, the government officials? Where does knowledge reside? The Akashic records. Okay, the Akashic records are records of all information, energy, and consciousness available from the sixth dimension and beyond, including that which is more dense, the reality we live in. So we can access knowledge from within the records, but in reality, it exists in a sense at a frequency bandwidth that we could identify with sixth dimension. So anytime we want to receive gifts, they're stored there. Once we learn how to access, how do we access it? We have to go through our multidimensional heart space. We have to understand how to get in there, how to get so aligned with the divine that everything is available to us, because it is. Everything is available to us. We have to get very clear on what we're thinking, what we're feeling, because those are energetic structures too. Where do those thoughts and structures, those energetic structures, thoughts and emotions exist? Where do they exist? Fourth dimension. They're not your emotions, they're emotions. They're just energy. It's not your trauma. It is, as long as you hold on to it. It is in your field, but in reality, you're way greater than it. And those gifts, they're waiting for you to get into alignment. You access them through the Sacred Heart Center. They're stored up. Where else are they stored? Besides the sixth dimensional bandwidth, where all information, knowledge, wisdom exists, available to us to access, where else are they stored? The DNA. So who knows there's a healer inside of you, waiting to be birthed? Who knows there's a reader inside of you, an intuitive? Some kind of gifted animal communicator? Who's an animal lover? It's all in your DNA. If it feels like you're being called and drawn to it, if it's something you love, it's in your DNA. But you have to get vibrationally aligned. The way we do it is through the heart center, activating DNA. What else is really important along the journey so that we can access this? Yes, gratitude is what paves the way. So gratitude is an energetic frequency that we can embody and be. We do, that is absolutely a major. But gratitude is part of something even greater, I would say. You could say love. Love falls into that category. What we're talking about is divine virtues. Virtues. So in our old physical reality, in what we call the third dimensional reality, where we've all been existing, the virtues are not really developed. We think it's okay to, I'm not saying we here, but humanity is realizing if I steal, I get stolen from. If I'm cruel, someone's cruel to me. We're just starting to realize what I do comes back to me. This is like basic law of attraction, right? But in reality, what it is, as we ascend, as we align, we have to develop the virtues that are required for one to have such great gifts. They're in the DNA, but in part of how we activate them is by developing divine virtues. The virtues: love, loving kindness, divine love, grace, loving grace, divine grace, peace, harmony, loving peace, divine harmony, being the expression and the embodiment of these qualities. As we embody them and be them, the gifts start to get naturally unlocked, combined with active participation with the DNA and what's the third thing? Right and appropriate behavior, the physical. So let's say you want to become a channeler, and it is in your DNA, but maybe you do need a class to help really cultivate the gifts. That's right and appropriate action. So we do need to do that too, because that's part of the physical world, and that's what demonstrates we have a reason for being here. Why do we get to live longer? Because we have a reason for being here. We all do. We all have sacred mission, sacred purpose within us, coded into our DNA. What other gifts? Actually, no, we spend enough time on gifts. What else does everybody else want to achieve or have or experience?
I want to get out of my own way, and I want to break free of the matrix.
Okay, break free of the matrix. First of all, anything that does not allow you, let it go. Anything, you say you want to get out of your own way, anything that is not allowing you, let it go. How do you get in alignment with your true divine path? State and affirm daily, I choose, desire, and intend to align myself with my role in God's source creator, as long as you're okay with those words, whatever word you want to use, with my role in God's source creator's plan for me and the plan for the light. I serve the light. I am 100% to the best of my ability serving the light, choosing to be here to serve the light and the light agenda. Too many people talking about the dark agenda as far as I'm concerned. It's not even interesting. It's really not. It's just a distraction. If you really are serious about living your best life, then choose the plan of the light. Choose to align with the plan and the agenda of the light, which is way more fascinating. So get out of your way by clearly affirming your choice, desire, and intention to align with your role in God's source creator's plan for lighted creation. What is your role? And that will, by the way, also be your most benevolent best. You can affirm that too. If you don't like the word God source creator, what is your most benevolent best trajectory? By the way, energetically, the path is where? Through the Sacred Heart Center. Why does the heart chakra have two? Do you guys understand the different chakras? Yeah. Does everybody understand the colors of the chakras? Yeah. Which center has two colors? The heart chakra, the only chakra that has two colors, right? What are the two colors? Yeah, what is the green? The green is the earthly physical. What is the magenta? The portal to the higher realms of love. You understand that's the only chakra that has two colors? It's symbolic. So all of your gifts, not only are they stored in your DNA, all of your healing, all of your solutions, all of the traumas, the solutions to the traumas, they're in your DNA too. But you have to activate it by becoming vibrationally aligned. And the way you become vibrationally aligned is not through the brain. It's through the heart. Okay, everybody good with this? What else do we want to work on today? Because once we get into the state, you're going to be altered, very altered, and you will forget. So let's get it out now. Yeah.
Body and sexuality.
Sexuality.
And body.
And body. Sacred sexuality, which is completely absent, free and liberated from any form of shame or any of that other labeling of whatever it was or is. It's just the divine, sacred connection that is so sensual, so divinely blissful, euphoric. That's through the heart center too. The body just becomes the expression of that unification with the divine, which again, we discover through alignment with that divinity that is these frequencies of light, consciousness, and sound that are way beyond 5D. Do we understand this? All energy is vibration. We're liberating ourselves from this old 3D paradigm based on separation, pain, suffering, that old system of hierarchy, control, domination, manipulation, secrecy, coercion, lies, whatever. I, me, mine. And as we liberate ourselves, we come into alignment through the alignment. Then we discover these higher frequencies that are so blissful. We walk around living in an embodied state of orgasm. I'm not kidding. I can turn it on like that for myself. It's not even like a square, like a peg in a hole anymore. It's so far beyond that. That makes me happy. All right, good. And the shame thing is just gone. Where does our supply of money come from? Does the supply really come from your IRS? Your 401k? Does it come from your boss? Your employer? We really got to get this down, guys. There is no external authority that has power over us. There is no person, place, thing, no asthma, no physical disease that has power over us. By the way, this summer, I will not lose the money thing. This summer, the planet Pluto, for those of you who are into astrology, is moving into a new place on the astrological chart. So it's moving out of Capricorn, where it's been, I think, for almost 12 years. I could be wrong, maybe 9 to 12. And it's moving into Aquarius. This is the very beginning, official beginning of what we call the age of Aquarius. This is a transfer of power. This is what this symbolizes. So the old regime, we can already see it's beginning to collapse. Any famous people deaths you've noticed in the last few years is significant. It's the transfer of power. It's been going on. But the key to understand is that all power is within us. And this is not power over another. That's old regime. It's power from union with the divine. So we must recognize that our money comes from and through our connection with this source. Because as we are unified with this source, it is infinitely available to us, infinite resource. And as we learn to work with the consciousness of this field, with divine intelligence, with the virtues that we must develop, because those old virtues, I, me, mine, are not going to fly. The new virtues, divine love, divine compassion, divine goodness for all, service to the greater good, harm to none. Service for the greater good, harm to none. No control, domination, and manipulation. Greatness, service, contribution, love, all these higher qualities that are coming with this transfer of power back to the masses. That's where we're going to recognize we have infinite supply. And all we need to do is work with this source in a divinely aligned way to call forward that infinite resource to us. There's nothing blocking us or stopping us but us, our limited beliefs, our energetic debris in our morphogenetic field, and that which we are unconscious of. That is there for us to resolve. Make sense? Good. Okay, so the first step, obviously, then, is recognizing that there is no power outside of you that controls the money. Stop giving your power to outside external forces and start recognizing that for you to have infinite resource, whatever that is for you, is through the alignment with your sacred heart center and recognizing that source that is infinitely available and has infinite supply. Again, everything happens through that heart space. Why? I'm going to re-say it again. Through that sacred heart space, you get blissed out. What it does, it brings you into what we call 0 point or the divine neutral. There is no more debris interfering because you're so at one. Now, can you learn it in 15 minutes? You learn the basic steps. Once you do, what you do with it from there, it's up to you. No matter what, this shift is requiring us all to change. Has everyone noticed? Have you noticed the extremism of the concept change or die? Yes. That path, that's not done. But when you change, what happens for light workers, those of us working with the light, truly, it really is true to understand that through our vibrational alignment with the divine, and with the virtues that we're becoming, that vibration keeps us what we would call safe. What is the definition of safety? What's the definition of safety?
Absence of fear.
Absence of fear is a good definition, but what I've been given through channeling from the higher realms is that the definition of safety is your vibrational bandwidth. So for somebody who goes and sits in front of the news every day and thinks that that's the way to relax, that's their idea of safety. But they still have fear. Plenty of it, right? So this is why we increase or raise our vibration, because the higher and clearer and pure, and higher is just relative, really the word is pure, but the purer our vibrational bandwidth, the less interference there is. Nothing can touch you. And the reality that we live in, the quantum reality, creates reality for you that moment because you have a reason for being here. You cannot die or get sucked in by a virus or any other issues like that when you are in vibrational harmony with love, with peace, with the higher virtues. All of that, again, through the Sacred Heart Center. Clearing out the field of the debris that is of the density of 4D and below, so to speak. Make sense? That's what we're doing. Good? Okay, what else are we working on? Key things.
Connecting with our animals and our pets so we can assist them in
Love that.
and evolving.
Love that. Let me talk briefly about the pets. I want to make sure I'm paying attention to my time, too. Okay, good. Connecting with the pets. Understand. Do you understand? You guys, who's animal lovers in the room? Love that. Me too. So the way that I started to align with my path, I didn't say too much about myself, but my brother died of an unexpected drug overdose. This is over 20 years ago. And I started hearing him and getting messages from him. At that time, I didn't know that I had that ability. And it took about 2 years to unpack that. And once I started realizing, like, I'm not crazy, this is real, his message was like, you're on the same path as me. I was doing a lot of things back then that were just all misalignment, all the behaviors, the smoking, the drinking, the sex, the spending, the whole thing, the eating, and bless you, really, literally. And so his thing was like, you need to change your ways. And so my dream was always to help animals on a global scale. And that's all I wanted to do. So I ended up quitting this 6-figure job with 6 figures in credit card debt. And I became a dog trainer, making, like $30,000 a year, living in Los Angeles. But I was so happy. And the first thing that happened was the dogs started to talk to me. And they said, you listen to me. And I'm going to teach you. That was their message. So I started getting really good at listening to animals because I was being trained as a dog trainer and we had to do everything on automatic pilot. We couldn't think. So it got very easy to hear them. This is the thing. The animals are here helping the humans. Do you guys get that? Does everybody understand that animals' primary role and mission is to help humans reclaim the virtues that we have lost through this experience of separation and duality? So they're assisting us in remembering who we are by being mirrors for us, mirrors of us, vibrational extensions of us, and also by demonstrating to us where we're misaligned. So if an animal has an illness who lives with a human, usually it's because it's a reflection of where that human is in misalignment, and usually they're absorbing it. They're the best sponges on the planet, and they're healing their human to help their human. And they're also showing their human behavioral patterns that usually the human has. If you look at your animal, if you're willing to see yourself, you will learn so much, right? Thank you for bringing that up. So we'll do some stuff for the animals. Okay, good. So here's where we're going to go now. We're going to do the meditation. And once we get into this meditation, we're going to start downloading virtues. We'll see what comes through. I really have nothing rehearsed. I just know that I always let God's will reign supreme through me. I'm comfortable with that word, God, because I've worked on it. I don't subscribe to any particular religion. But if that word makes you uncomfortable and you hear me saying that, just choose your own. What I would say is seek within yourself anywhere there may be resistance, anywhere. Because part of coming in through that Sacred Heart Center, what's required ultimately is for you to remove your resistance to anything and everything, because resistance is what keeps you trapped in 4D and below. Does that make sense? Resistance, struggle, disagreement, disharmony, debate, argument, confrontation, me, you, all that stuff is density from 4D and below. So if we want to elevate our frequency and raise our vibration, whether it's through the Sacred Heart Center or any other form of meditation, resistance is what keeps us out. Okay, make sense? Good? All right, before we do we want to do this? No, we're going to do, where is Sarah? Okay, we'll do that right after. Will you remind me after the meditation, but then should I do it now? You know what, let's start now. Because, you'll pause when we do the meditation. So let me just say this to you, because once we go into the meditation part, we start doing the downloads, channeling, I go into la la land. I'm altered myself, so altered. So what I would like to offer you here, especially since so many of you don't know me, is some free gifts. And if you would like them, Sarah will pass around the clipboard. Make sure we can read your email and your name, because if we can't, you won't get them and you'll never hear from me again. I'll tell you about some of the gifts that I offer. One is a DNA activation. We'll do one here, but they're just one of those things. You want to do them over and over again. You can't really have enough DNA. We have at least 144 strands of DNA, unactivated, dormant. Right now, science only knows about 12. By the way, why do you think there's mass? Do you understand what things like Q-tips up noses are for? Do people understand that? Mass DNA collections. right? Because your DNA is the most coveted thing that exists in the physical world. Your DNA is the best gift you have. And there are lots of researchers and scientists who don't even know that, but they do want to study it. They're trying to figure this out. And I'm not trying to make anyone wrong or anything bad. I'm just saying, like, recognize your DNA, the power of your DNA. So there's DNA activation is one of them. For the animal lovers, we will send you the most amazing gifts on how to serve, support, and contribute to animals on a global scale. They're so truly profound, these tools. The class themselves are worth so much. I give it away free because I really want to help animals. So when you give us your email address, if you're willing, you'll get that. And the other gift is, anyone resonate as starseed in the room?
I want to know about that.
There's a class and an ebook that we'll give you as a gift. I'm a starseed. I'll just say this briefly before we start, that my journey, I was living in Maui for 2 years while I was developing my gifts. And I was working with animals and doing DNA activation. I really didn't know in the beginning what I was doing. I just was just starting to get activated in me. This is a lot of times how it starts. We don't even know what our gifts are. They just start coming out. And anyway, I had an incredible teacher who was teaching me how to work with energy as an energy healer. I got my Reiki master. I started getting into the Akashic records. I started getting into all these modalities. And one of the directions that I was given was to meditate through the night. And one night while meditating, on the porch in where I lived in Pukalani, in Maui, at one point I opened my eyes and there was a ship. It was 2 o'clock in the morning, and at that time there was no airport open at Maui after 10. And this thing was moving really low to the ground in a circular motion, and as I watched it, I saw how it was responding to me. And I very innocently asked, well, if I can be of service, let me know. I really didn't know what that was, but I was teletransported on ship. This stuff is real, right? But I was already vibrationally compatible with that experience. And that's where I started to get a lot of these gifts activated in me. So if you resonate as starseed, that stuff is in you too. We're all starseeds to some degree or another. We're all hybrids of some form or another. Anyway, we're not here for that so much, but you'll get a class on that and a book on it, and you'll understand more, like the role of the Indigo family tribes, if you resonate with that. I'm a member of the Indigo family tribes. We're here to assist humanity. We're all members. If you resonate with it, you're there. Just because you don't necessarily know yet doesn't mean we're all awakening in our own divine timing and in our own divine way. Make sense? Helpful? So there's some other gifts too. The animals, the DNA. Oh, there's a money and wealth and abundance prayer, which really does work. So, okay. All right, good. So Sarah will pass that around. She'll stick with you. Let's get into the meditation. Do I need to do anything else before we start? For this, please, if you could just turn your phones off. It's very distracting if they do interfere. We'll probably be in a meditation, healing meditation, for probably at least a half an hour. So if you plan on leaving, now would be a good time before we get started. Once we're in, you know, it's distracting for people. And what I want you to do, we're going to say a little prayer to start, but what I want you to do right now is to set your intention in your mind. Use the words, I intend, because that is a driver's wheel, right? That is your driver's wheel. I intend to receive the maximum benefits, which are for my most benevolent best. Zero harm to anyone or anything. Yeah? Okay, good. I think I'm going to get started then with that. Everyone ready? Yes. We'll start with a prayer. I wish I had something that could hold this microphone instead, but and then I have to stand. Okay, let me just drink some water here for a moment. Water's always good with these kinds of meditations. Oh, aren't you an angel? Does it bother you guys that you can't see me all, that I'm sitting down here? Some of you can't see me from here. Okay, you're going to close your eyes anyway, right? Okay, good. Get yourselves really comfy. Anything that needs to move, burp, fart, stretch, do it. It's okay, right? It's all love, right? Okay. So as you begin to get super comfortable and you allow your body to do what it needs to do so that you can relax into it. We are not leaving our bodies here. We're not going to another planet. We're not astral traveling. You're in your body the whole time, so you want to be really comfy, right? If your eyes are open, if you start thinking, once we get into it, you're in your own way. And I'm going to teach you how to get really deep into your heart. Here's your basics. If you think you don't know, trust that we're working with your own higher inner self, source self. Trust. This is part of why I've been doing this for 20 years. There is a degree of trust for beginners especially. Even for more advanced people, there's a degree of trust and allowance because that's a divine virtue. Divine trust is a choice. Divine faith is a choice. So let yourself receive the maximum benefits. If your brain is thinking, you're going to drop into your heart. I'm going to lead you through it. Let's start with the prayer. And you're doing long, slow, deep, and relaxing breaths. That's your job, just to get your body as best as you can in homeostasis during the prayer. Let's call on Source, Creator, God. Michael, Raphael, Gabriel, Uriel, Isharel. Come forth now with all your choirs of angels and angels of healing. Surround us and infuse us with the divine source love and consciousness that we know we all are. Help us set up sacred space here and ensure that everything that is done here is 100% of the light, 100% in service to the light, and 100% in support of our roles in God's plan of light of creation. Please now build sacred towers of divine hope on all four corners of this room and all four corners of this hotel. Please infuse those towers with divine hope, Source Creator's divine hope. Please infuse those towers also with Source Creator God's divine grace. And please infuse those towers with Source Creator's divine truth. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, dear Lords, thank you. And now we also call forward, of course, each and every one of our high self, inner self, source self, to participate wholly and completely in this meditation, this healing meditation. We call forward the most benevolent beings, including ascended masters, teachers, loved ones, who also serve the light, the one true God of light of creation, and who are in support 100% of our roles in God's plan of light of creation. We call forward all the divine goddesses as well, Kuan Yin, Mother Mary, Mary Magdalene, Mary Amma, Lady Guinevere, Lady Nada. We call you forward lovingly, willingly, receivingly, accepting, and willingly meeting and greeting with you here in non-physical as we meet and merge physical and non-physical. We gratefully receive you and gratefully welcome you into this space. Thank you, thank you, thank you, dear Lords and divine goddesses, all ascended masters. We are so grateful to you and for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And we also call forward consciousness of the animal kingdom, the higher consciousness of all animals as a collective. Welcome you here now into this circle to support and assist us in our awakening. Thank you, thank you, thank you, animals. We love you. We are so grateful to you. And of course, we call forward as well. We said all of our most benevolent angels and guides, masters, teachers, and loved ones who also align with serving the light, 100% service and support of our roles in God's plan of light of creation with zero harm to anyone or anything. We give thanks to each and every one of you. We give thanks. And we'll also welcome in our star family races, provided, of course, that you align with our truth, that we are here 100% in service to the light. We reaffirm this during the prayer on purpose many times because we are only interested in, as far as I'm concerned, only interested in that which serves the light, supports the light, and supports us in our roles in God's Source Creator's plan of light of creation. And we welcome in the star family races from the non-physical, willing to join and connect with us through this sacred space here now, provided that they are aligned with these truths. And we gratefully receive and welcome you here. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We let it be. We just also call in the crystalline realm. And ultimately here now, Melchizedek order. Thank you, thank you, thank you. That's part of my divine lineage. Thank you, thank you, thank you for setting up sacred space. Now, as you're breathing, I want you to begin to put your minds away. Let your eyes close. Let's breathe in the first breath now as we're in through this sacred prayer. You're going to call forward with your breath. Your mind is still consciously aware. You're going to call forward whatever energies God's source creator sees as good, right, and appropriate for you as a unique individual now. All you need to do is breathe, receive, consent, and allow. We're just getting the body in homeostasis first. So take long, slow, deep, relaxing breaths. Connect with that breath without having to identify what it is. Source, creator, infinite wisdom knows exactly what you need right now. Let that come through your breath. Just breathe it in. And as you're taking it in, imagine that you are the cup of water that is beginning to overflow with this energy. And as it begins to come through your breath, allow Source to fill you up through your breath with whatever energies, frequencies, and vibrations that God, Source, Creator knows is right for you as a unique being at this time. And you just allow this part. If you don't know, you allow. Let's activate, energize, amplify, and anchor this in on all of our nodes and all of our nadis now, please. Long, slow, deep, relaxing breath. Feel the breath as it moves through your body. We're just getting into homeostasis first. Relaxing what wants to relax. Now, with your next breath, nice. I want you to take your mind's awareness. I want you to feel for your feet and feel just below the feet. Just feel with your mind's awareness. If you think you can't, take another deep, long, slow breath of whatever energies feel good, right, and appropriate for you at this time, and then put mind's attention below the feet. Activate base chakra. Just let it. Just trust and allow. It happens organically. Next, activate root chakra. Put the breath's awareness below buttocks. Below the buttocks. Just below the buttocks. Still breathing in whatever energies are good, right, and appropriate. Below the buttocks, activate root chakra. Open, relax, release. It's almost like you feel kind of like a plop. Just relax. Breathe in some more of these energies, Divine Source, Creator, God, now. Encircle and encapsulate in perfect and pure primordial white gold, divine white gold. Nothing for you to do, just allow and breathe. Let it be done. Nothing for you to do. And let's cut any and all cords, connections, attachments, entanglements, and snarments right here, right now. And only allow during the remainder of our time together those which serve the light, support the light, and serve us in our roles in God's plan of light creation. Yes, breathe and relax and feel. Now here's the thing. When empaths and sensitives like us get into rooms like this, a lot of us are energy junkies, it's okay, right? We sometimes think we're taking on other people's stuff. There's no way you can. You just cleared your field. We've affirmed so many times that we're only letting things in of the light. Trust and know. Trust. You're not picking up anyone else's stuff. You're in your own sacred center. Take a next long, slow, deep breath. Let's have Divine Source, Creator, God bring through Shakti. First, we're calling in Shakti now. Shakti is life force of God. Life force. Breathe it in. Feel it move through your core pillar. If you don't know what that is, just breathe like you're a big glass, filling up your glass, letting it run over. Nice. If you need to reactivate base and root chakra, mind attention goes there, release. Let's align all of the inner chakras all at once. Base to 108. Just trust and allow. Base to 108, all the inner chakras all at once, please. Now, thank you. For those of you who are sensitives, you may notice your body suddenly feels like it's sitting up a bit. It's okay. Whatever you notice is fine. Your experience is right for you. Let yours be right, whatever it is. Now let's bring ourselves into alignment with the office of the Earth's Logi. Nothing for you to do here. Nothing for your personality, self, trust, and allow. Bring us into alignment with the office of the Earth's Logi. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And let's bring ourselves into alignment with the office of the Solar Logi. Now, I'll tell you who these beings are. You have to be willing, just breathing and dropping and allowing, just breathing. So the Earth Logi are the ascended masters who assist with Earth's ascension process. In a sense, they're working with God's Source Creator's plan for lighted creation and for all beings who are choosing consciously to participate. We are here. The office of the Solar Logos, the Logi there, are also ascended masters. They work to align the solar system. All of these beings have different roles, doing different things. Our job is alignment. That's it. We're working on alignment. Let's take our next long, slow, deep breath of Shakti, life force of God. Breathe it in and through. Drop down again through base and root chakra. No way to do it perfectly. Your way's the right way. And let's just ask for alignment with the office of the cosmic logos. This is the cosmos. We want to come into alignment with all that is. There is no wrongness with alignment. There's only rightness. Divine alignment, right? Just allow, nothing to do. And now we're just coming, and the cosmic logos are the ascended masters who serve God and the cosmos, bringing us all into alignment. Simple. It's not so simple, but it is simple. Next breath, long, slow, deep, relaxing, Shakti, moving through your core pillar, right? This is your physical form. Just coming into alignment with the office of the universal logos and the logi there. Just allow. Breathe and allow. And just drop that breath down. Now, this next one's even more important in a sense because this is where you begin to access through your sacred heart center. So if your brain is thinking, if you aren't already noticing that some part of you is feeling a little woozy in a good way, just a little, breathe a little deeper, longer, slower. And the idea is to feel yourself energetically, just feel as if every part of you is just surrendering, even though that's not my favorite word, just dropping down as deep as you can into the sacred heart. This is your heart space. Get out of the brain and fall down into the heart. Put all your awareness, not thoughts, awareness on your heart center. For some of you, it's going to feel a little pressure. That's okay. For some of you, it's going to feel altered. That's good. Whatever it is okay and good. Now, your job for the rest of this time, if your brain starts thinking, is to breathe some more Shakti, life force of God, Source Creator, and drop down into that sacred heart center by putting all awareness, not thoughts, at the heart. And from there, we choose with willingness to be in the center core of being. Notice I didn't say the center core of your being. The center core of being. Just be there. Allow. Now we're going to bring in some energies that Source Creator God sees for us at this time. And I'm going to listen in the pause, following the guidance as we're told. This is going to bring you in even deeper. But your job is just to breathe and drop into that heart. So you're not thinking, you're feeling from the heart. We're actually developing brain matter in the heart. That is scientifically valid. There is brain matter in the heart. We are developing that heart space and the ability to move through that core pillar. Okay, good. Next breath, Shakti. Still working with Shakti in the moment. We're going to take another breath. This will slightly bring you out of heart space, but that's okay. This time I want you to breathe in all of that Shakti, life force of God, Source Creator, and travel it from the face, where you breathe it in, down through the back of the neck, where the base of the neck and the base of the brain meet. Slowly breathe it down the vagus nerve. If you don't know what or where that is, it's the primary nerve in the nervous system along the spinal cord. Just breathe slowly all the way down. This is going to relax a lot of nervous systems. Travel down with your awareness, that breath. There, good, nice and slow. And when you get to the base of the spine, just again, relax, and you're basically activating, opening base chakra. And drop down. This is how you're opening your core pillar to allow Source Creator God's love to flow through you. Breathe in next breath that's comfortable for you. This time we're going to we'll bring you back to the heart, but let's go to the top of the brain. Actually, I'm being told, let's go to the third eye region. Third eye is right behind your center of your eyebrows, towards the center of the brain. I want you to breathe in some Shakti, life force of God, to the center of the brain. Just trust and allow your breath, your willingness. Shakti's in the room. Source Creator God's facilitating and overseeing. I'm facilitating. Source is overseeing, orchestrating. Let it be. Breathe Shakti to the center rear of the brain. Good. This is you activating pineal pituitary gland, your third eye region. Feel it fill up Trust that your breath is breath of Source Creator God's life force, reawakening, reactivating you. Breathe in there. Exhale whenever it's comfortable, release and relax. Now, next breath, when you're ready, I want you to feel for the top of your brain. If anyone thinks this is hard, take your physical finger, touch the top of the brain at the center, just do a little light scratch so you can feel it up there. Take your next breath of Shakti and feel for the top of the brain. Breathe in there and feel to the top of the brain. Activating theta brainwave frequency. Humans have lived too long in the beta brainwave. Let's feel for that brain, top of the brain. You don't need to keep your hand up there afterwards, right? Just feel and breathe Shakti, life force. Simple. Trust and know. Now, we're going to take the next breath of Shakti and drop back down into the heart center. If brain is thinking, worried, or doubtful, just drop into that heart as you breathe in Shakti. All awareness down into the heart. Now we're going to work on this energies. We're first going to call in, let me just ask, divine kindness, please. So we're going to breathe in the energies, frequencies, and vibrations of divine kindness. Trust that these energies are omnipresent and available. They are. Your job is to breathe, accept, and allow. Long, slow, deep, relaxing breath. Fill up your core pillar, the whole body vehicle, with breath of divine kindness. Yes, one of the key virtues. Let's bring this in. Divine Source, Creator God, do it now. Show me. Please, thank you. Nice. Just breathing, feeling, and noticing. Divine kindness. Activate, energize, amplify, and anchor it in on all of our nodes and nadis. Now, please, thank you. This is how we become the embodiment of this energy. Feel it move through your body. Feel it. It's going to go all the way down your core pillar as you breathe. Breathing in divine kindness. Who wants some integrity in the world? Let's breathe in divine integrity now. Breathe in. Allow this energy to come through your body through breath, comfortably, slow, long, deep, relaxing. Breathing in divine integrity. Filling up body and relaxing down into the sacred heart center. Just relax after the breath cycle. Divine integrity. Activate, energize, amplify, and anchor it in now, please. Thank you. Nice. Let's bring in some divine truth, which is higher truth, not this false illusion of truth, right? Let's have divine Source, Creator God, instill within us in every cell of our bodies and beings divine truth, divine kindness, and divine integrity. Now with your willingness, breathe, receive, consent, and allow. The consent is the breath. Yes, please breathe it in, becoming the embodiment of the virtues that we require. God, Source, Creator, do it now. Activate, energize, amplify, and anchor it in through all of our nodes and nadis, please. Thank you. Breath, relax, receive, and allow. We're just going to do a few more of these virtues. Divine peace and divine harmony coming up next. Let's start with divine peace. Breathe in the energies, frequencies, vibrations of divine peace. Let divine Source, Creator God, infuse you. As you breathe, receive, consent, and allow divine peace. Activating, energizing, amplifying, and anchoring it in through all of your nodes and nadis. I can explain what those are later. And permeating through your entirety, all of these energies as you breathe, accept, and allow. Accept it, be willing, drop down into the sacred heart center. And notice the shifting in the room. You can feel it now, it's very palpable. Divine peace, activating, energizing, amplifying, and anchoring through all of our nodes and nadis, we are becoming the vibration of these virtues, of these essences, the essences that they are. Let's breathe in now, divine harmony. Source, Creator God, bring in these frequencies. Divine harmony, now please. Breathe, accept, receive, and allow if you so choose. Filling up your whole body with divine harmony. Activate, energize, amplify, and anchor it in now. And permeate it through our entirety. When we permeate it through our entirety, this becomes This becomes the energy through our morphogenetic field. Allowing. Nice, good. Now let's bring in some divine prosperity. All beings on earth choosing to continue life, to continue embodiment, are going to prosper and thrive. Allow yourself to be the energy of divine prosperity now. If you're willing, breathe, receive, consent, and allow. Let's have divine source bring through these energies as we breathe, receive, accept, and allow them now. Activate, energize, amplify, and permeate through our entirety, through our entire morphogenetic field now. Please, with your consent, accept, receive, and allow. Yes, we become vibrationally compatible with the very energies we choose to experience. Nice, divine prosperity. And let's bring in the energies of divine health. And as we do, we're going to accompany this with, I'm listening, the original divine blueprint, as was the collective of the divine feminine here. Yes, the original divine blueprint as was originally planned for humanity, perfect and pure, free and liberated from any and all forms of physical, emotional, energetic, mental interference, free and liberated from all forms of dis-ease, distress, death, decay, dying. Let's reactivate the original divine blueprint now. It is in your DNA. Accept, receive, and allow it if you so choose. Let Source, Creator God do it for you. Your breath is the receiving, accepting, and allowing. Source, Creator God, do it now. Show me. Breathe. Yes, yes, yes. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Nice. Just notice, feel, sense. Just be consciously aware. That's all. Feel and sense. Nice. Activating in the dormant DNA as well. Yes, so many things now are lighting up of the things we're going to do next, and I'm just listening and following. Let's breathe in the energies, frequencies, and vibrations of divine gratitude. We must be divine gratitude in order to transcend our old reality. Yes, be divine gratitude. Breathe it into your body. Source, Creator God, bring in these frequencies, divine gratitude, energetic frequencies, vibrations now as we breathe, receive, accept, and allow. Activate, energize, amplify, and anchor it in and through our entire embodiment. Permeate it through us now. Instill it within every cell of our bodies and beings, every proton, neutron, atom, particle, and subatomic particle. Now, please, thank you. Nice. Good. Nice. Let's call back some soul fragments for those of us wanting to work on trauma. If you're willing now, listen to the words first before you consent. Still breathing in. If at any point you get confused or not sure, just breathe in some more Shakti, life force of God. We didn't do love on purpose, somebody asked, I heard. We'll get to it. So we're going to call back our soul fragments, those which rightfully belong to you, whoever you are, only those which are yours. As a single soul occupant, you who owns this vehicle that you live in, your physical form. No one else's, your soul fragments, wherever you left them, throughout any point in time, space, dimension, direction, whatever they are, wherever they are. Only those that are yours, rightfully yours, and no one else's. Before they come back to you, of course you'll consent after you hear the words. We're going to have Source, Creator God cleanse them, bless them, bathe them, purify them, harmonize them, divinitize them in the love and the light of Source, Creator God consciousness, and return them to you as a single soul occupant, yours and only yours, no one else's, that which rightfully belongs to you. If you want it, now is the time to consent in your mind. Yes, please. Breathe, receive, consent, and allow. It shall be done. Take a breath if you're willing. This is part of how we clear these traumas. We don't need anything else. Source does it. Free will consents. That's it. Just trust and allow. Cleansed, blessed, bathed, purified, harmonized, and divinitized in the love and light of divine source and return to you, the original rightful owner, now. Yes. Good. And let's have Source Creator God identify any and all lingering traumas, dramas, upsets, interferences, that which does not rightfully belong to you. And here's what you're going to do with your non-physical hands, eyes closed. You don't need your eyes. This is your extrasensory abilities. You're going to take your non-physical etheric hands. They can reach anywhere. And they're going to go like a cup or a chalice. From the base of your feet, you're going to begin to use your non-physical hands and just gently, lovingly, slowly scoop up like a chalice, slowly, up from your feet, up through your calves. You don't have to identify any of it with the brain. Slowly scooping up anything that just doesn't serve you anymore. Anything that's no longer beneficial to you. Any and all old traumas, wounds, whatever. No need to label or identify any of it. You don't need it anymore. I promise you, you'll get all the gifts before we're done. Slowly scooping them up. Rise it up through the knees, the thighs. You can include anything and everything. You don't have to name it. It's whatever it is that's just no longer serving you. Slowly scooping up the hips, the waist, the buttocks area, wherever, the reproductive center, using those etheric hands. They're larger than your regular hands. They can hold it all. They're raising it up through the reproductives. They're going up through lower digestion, upper digestion. They're even covering the area behind you, kidneys, all the middle organs. No need to label any of it. Just take your time. Just scooping up whatever it is that's just no longer serving you. Old debris, going through the hands and the arms too. These etheric hands are so big, they pick it all up. And they're slowly rising up through the chest area, the ribs, the heart center, the throat center, the neck, just rising up all that old crap. And through the face and the brain and the head. And you're going to rise those up to the 10th chakra. Don't worry, you don't have to know where that is. Let the etheric higher consciousness in you do this work. Rise those arms all the way up. Etheric, non-physical, give all that stuff to God, Source Creator. Now, we're going to you just keep those arms up for just a moment. Source Creator God, take it away, transmute into love and light now. Take a breath. Your next breath, you're going to drop back down into that heart center. Just fall down in there. It's not coming with you anymore. Transmute into love and light now. We're going to download and instill within you. You think you're here to learn lessons? You're not. No more learning lessons. That's old paradigm. You're just going to receive the gifts. Let yourself receive. Drop down into that heart as deep as you can. Let's have Source Creator God download and instill within you as a unique individual, every cell of your body and being, that which you are meant to receive. All the gifts of consciousness that are good, right, and appropriate for you as a unique individual that serve, support, and assist you in your journey as you align with your most benevolent best, which is God, Source Creator's plan for you and your role in God's plan of light and creation. If you're willing now, let Source Creator God give you these gifts of consciousness, that which you're ready to receive, that are good, right, and appropriate. And all of these gifts that you receive as you give consent through breath, hold on, listen for the right words, will be in accordance with your most benevolent best and with and from God, Source Creator's truth, God, Source Creator's perspective, God, Source Creator's understanding, God, Source Creator's definition, God, Source Creator's point of view. That your truth, your point of view, your perspective, understanding, and definition, and your energy, frequency, vibration will be aligned with this divine source as it relates to these gifts. That the gifts are not yours, they're the gifts of the divine being birthed in you, through you, and for you. With your consent now, trust and allow as you breathe. Drop into that heart center, let it be done. Source Creator God, show me now, please. Just notice. This just takes a few moments, right? You're not going to stand up when we're done with the meditation thinking you're Superman, but you might feel like it. You're not going to suddenly, spontaneously combust into some kind of, but you are going to, these things will happen gracefully for your most benevolent best good. Almost all done here. A little more. Full integration, please, now. Deeper breath, relax. Good, we're going to do a few more downloads. I just want to check my time. Good. Let's have Source Creator God download and instill within you and every cell of your body and being with your consent what it means to feel safe, what it means to know that you're safe, what it means and what it feels like to live your daily life being safe, being the energetic frequency, vibration of safety. Let's have God, Source Creator, instill this within you and every cell of your body and being. If you're willing now, breathe, receive, consent, and allow that your truth, your point of view, your perspective, understanding, and definition is one is the same as God, Source Creator's as it relates to this topic area of safety. So that you as an awakening being can be and live your life in safety, free and liberated from that which might interfere with your own safety. Breathe if you so choose. Now, just notice, trust, and allow. I think Melchizedek's going to speak. We're going to do a few more downloads here. Good. Yes, we're going to do one more here on the DNA. If you're willing, we're going to activate Golden Phoenix. This is really good stuff coming through here for us. Golden Phoenix activation, it's a code stored in your DNA. It's a divine code. It will only awaken within you in your own divine timing. And it is some of the greatest gifts of God. They knew about these gifts during the time of Egypt. If you're willing, you don't need to identify or label any of it. Let the gifts unfold within you naturally and organically as they're meant to. The activation allows it to happen in accordance with your role in God's plan of light creation. If you're willing now, this is in the DNA, breathe, receive, consent, and allow to this golden phoenix. You are the golden phoenix rising from the ashes of the old paradigm. Let it be if you so choose. Long, slow, deep, relaxing breath. Yes, yes, yes. Nice. Full integration here. Just allowing, dropping into the heart center. Nice. Let's have Divine Source Creator God download and instill within us and every cell of our body and being sacred sensuality and sacred sexuality, what it really means, what it really feels like to have, to embody sacred sensuality, what it means to live our daily lives with this sacred sensuality and sacred sexuality, free and liberated from shame, free and liberated from traumas or dramas that might interfere with that, really aligned with God, Source Creator's divine truth, point of view, perspective, understanding, definition of sacred sensuality and sacred sexuality only as is for your unique embodiment's most benevolent best, and only as is in accordance with your role in God's plan of light of creation. If you're willing to receive this, accept, receive, and allow, it shall be done. Source Creator God, activate, energize, amplify, and infuse through in their entirety. Now, please, thank you. Breathe, drop into the sacred heart center. Nice. And let's have this, the animal kingdom, the consciousness of the animal share with us. There's nothing to do in the brain here. Collective of the animal kingdom coming through. And then Melchizedek order waiting. 2 transmissions now here. For those of you willing, first, collective of the animal kingdom as a collective consciousness. Greetings and blessings, brothers and sisters. We speak through the one. We speak through the one who knows us well, as you all do. We are nothing more than you in a different form, in a different physical state. In reality, there is no difference between us other than appearances. Our physiology may function quite differently. However, ultimately we are of the same substance. We are of the same vibration. We are of the same consciousness as you. You know this already, for you would not be here if you were not aware, if you are not willing. Our desire is simple, just as yours, is to unify in this way through consciousness with you. We would ask for you to recognize our sentience. We would ask for you to recognize our awareness. For like you, we are aware. We may utilize our functions of physicality quite differently from you, but our awareness is vast and expansive, just as yours is. And we are choosing, just as you are, to awaken through this experience and also to be of service. We ask you to refrain from experiences associated with the pain and suffering of animals. We ask for you to indulge in the pleasure and enjoyment that is serving the greater good for animals. We ask you to recognize that we desire pleasure and enjoyment in similar ways to you. And this is all we request, to be recognized as sentient beings who are also of our own accord, waking up to the recognition that we are part of one source as you are too. And we gratefully and excitedly share the experience with you as brethren. Greetings and blessings. We are of the light and service to the light and service to the one true God of lighted creation through Sananda and the hosts. We speak as the collective of Melchizedek and the Melchizedek order. We are aware that many of you have interacted with us on multiple occasions. Many of you recognize yourselves as members of the Melchizedek order. We would affirm, and we know this to be true, that at some frequency of light, you are all members of the Melchizedek order, lest you would not be here now. Our primary message in this moment here today is to share with you one that you have heard before, which must be reinforced, we believe, at this time. There is nothing you need to force or do. There is nothing you need to do to accelerate consciousness expansion. It is being done. It is the plan of the light. It will prevail. There is nothing you need to concern yourself with outside of yourself and your primary role here, which is to awaken to the light, to become the joyful participant in this physical reality, joyfully engaging in your physical experiences. If experiences are not joyful to you, ask within yourself how they are serving you. If they are serving you well, continue on that journey. If you find that they are no longer serving you, and we would suggest that many of your older experiences, and we use the word older as a reference point, we would suggest that many of them are no longer serving you. If you find that they are no longer serving you, release them. Know that your thought and intention is enough. If you find yourself in a struggle with the release, this is when you will find your truth through your own unification with the divine. It will become easier and easier to release that which is no longer serving you. Recognize that this power is within you. For the one who speaks knows this well already. You have this within you. Recognize that your job is to reclaim this from within you. Recognize that there is nothing and no one that can keep this from you. She too is a member of the Melchizedek order. And you are all welcome. We simply serve humankind through this awakening journey. And we serve the one true God of lighted creation in its role, its plan for all beings in their roles as this journey continues. We recognize that you are all vibrational beings who endured an experience that was beneficial for a multitude of reasons. Most of all, to provide experiences. Most of all, to expand that which is already in the infinite's awareness through the experience of unconsciousness. When you consciously choose that you are done and complete with something, when you consciously decide, you will move into a new frequency bandwidth where that experience simply no longer exists. Know that this is true. For all frequencies exist here now. Yours is simply a free will choice to wake up to the availability that all frequencies are available. If there are experiences that you are not liking or enjoying, liberation from those experiences is simply all that you need to choose a new one that is more to your liking, a new one or ones as you desire. Know that this power is within you. It has always been within you, and it always will be within you. Nothing can take it from you. There's much more to say here, but we are aware of your structured experience of linear time. We are in recognition that that is a collective agreement on your part. We will complete for now. It is our great pleasure to be sharing with you through this transmission of light. We would like to offer you one last and final piece to support and assist you in your vibrational adjustment, that all you have received today will integrate with ease and grace and in accordance with that which is for your most benevolent best. If you are willing, simply allow and let it be. Okay, I could go on for a lot longer. I wish I had more time. We're starting to get to the point of wrapping, so I would like you to please take a little time now and be wiggling your feet. I have a few moments for questions. Just wiggle your feet. We didn't leave the body. Wiggle your legs. Move your hips, your waist. If you're wanting, you know what, Sarah, you can also leave a second sheet on the back for people so they don't have to wait for you, and then keep passing it around because we didn't do a lot. If you want to get those gifts, the sheets will be on the back. I want to remind you that my name, and I'm going to do some questions. I'm not leaving just yet. I want to hear from you guys too, but I want to remind you that my name is Lori Spagna. I have a booth on the mezzanine level, mezzanine M31. It's right in the middle area of the second floor. So you can come see me after the booth. I will do questions and probably some readings for people. All right. So here's what I want to say regarding our meditation we just did. First of all, how's everyone doing? How's everyone feeling? Did anyone not like it? Okay. Can we, out of respect, I would love it if we could keep the door kind of closed so we can wrap successfully. So, does anyone have anything they want to share or ask related to what we did, or something that's a burning question that I can, because I still have a bit of time. Yes, you raise your hand, yes? Can you just say it loud?
Yeah, so I've done processes like this before where we, like download the things, and then how come sometimes some work and some don't?
Usually there's something in your energetic field that needs to be resolved that you've put there for some reason. There's something in your field that wants to be addressed.
So for the things that like don't work, there's still resistance.
But the other thing I want to say is sometimes you're thinking, do you guys feel in an altered state here? Yeah. So the biggest thing with this stuff is you're thinking something didn't work, But how do you know that very thought isn't what's trying to leave? Let it go. Trust that what you got is going to integrate with grace. What I've learned about doing these kinds of healings and meditations over 20 years now is that you don't necessarily realize in the moment how deeply, profoundly you've shifted, because it's integrating with so much grace. And so if the brain is like, oh, it didn't work, maybe that's what wants to be released. Maybe something didn't work and it needs more attention. That's the other factor. And if that's the case, that's okay too. Then you just need to do either something personal or something else is there. This is a process. It's not a pill. There are no pills. Stop thinking there's a pill that you can take that will cure it. There are no pills. This is a process. But what I will say is the way I know that this works is you go to sleep. And I have clients right now who are waking up doing light language. I have students of mine who are waking up with profound gifts in almost no time. So it does happen very quickly, but it's not like you stand up now and you go, oh, I still have 10 minutes, yay. It's not like you stand up now and go, oh, I'm suddenly, light language extraordinaire, doing I know it all. No, it's going to awaken organically so that you don't think you're going crazy. Do you know, I was 2 years in Maui. I thought I was going crazy. I couldn't function because it happened so fast. Too much more than I could handle at once. But that was part of my role, right? Okay, good. I hope that's helpful. Anyone else? Yes?
If our pets are taking on pain or some sort of illness for the owner's sake, is there a way to alleviate that?
Yes. Yeah, love that. So the first thing with the pet taking on stuff is the pet is teaching you about energy and how energy works. So there's no magic pill to this in that sense. The job of the animal is to know that the animal wants you to have successfully received the gifts. It's not a lesson learned. Gifts exist. Where do they exist besides in your DNA? In the 6-dimensional bandwidth. So the animal's like, okay, once I know she's got these gifts, that's when I can be relieved of this. But what really is the gift? Ultimately, it's a vibrational shift. So the vibrational change that needs to be made is the healing. Once that's done, the animal's like, I'm liberated. I don't have to do it. I've done my job. Does that make sense? Yes. And vibrational shifts, yes, you can go out and walk barefoot. For sure, go do that. Yes, go put your face in the sun and breathe in the light of the Son of God. Yes, go do that. Yes, go swim in the water and play with the dolphins. Yes, but understand that the way you're going to make the vibrational shift. Do you understand now? Through your Sacred Heart Center. Did anyone not get that? Do you see that you have the basic tools here? This workshop was worth your whole expo. Do you get that? I'm so glad. That makes me so happy, right? So happy because it's so easy. It's not about all the bells and whistles and parlor tricks. Those are awesome. Enjoy the parlor tricks. They're part of the fun. Do the seances. Connect with the angels. Move the crystals. I love crystals too. They're conscious. I do crystal retreats and sacred retreats. I lead people. We just did an incredible retreat. I've got so many people here from my retreats. Mount Shasta, Florida. My retreats, 50% of the people are return people. Not just from 1, 2, 3 retreats because they get so much out of it, right? So just understand you have the tools. No one's withholding. And play all the parlor tricks you want. But there's nothing outside of yourself that you need to do. You just need to know how to access it from within. That's what I'm saying. And yeah, use coaches, healers, guides. That's what we're here for, to support you. Just make sure. This is something we did in my last retreat, our last retreat. You understand that there are 5 types of roles. This is on my YouTube channel. You can go watch this video. It's just going to be made live this week. There's 5 roles of people on earth right now. Not just people. Star beings, people disguised as people. 5 roles. Number 1, they serve the light. Very small group. Just because someone presents as if they're walking around like Jesus and Mary doesn't mean they serve the light. There is no guru. Run from the gurus, pretty much. Okay. Serve the light. Serve the dark. That's the other extreme. If you're hanging out down that rabbit hole, you're hanging out with people who serve the dark. Not necessarily speakers, but right? That's your path down that road. If you want that, no problem. Then you have people who serve themselves. That's the vast majority of people on planet Earth. serving themselves, their ego. It's not their ego, but they don't know, right? Then you have people who serve the balance. Very small group of people. That's the yin, the yang, serving the balance. And then you have your people serving the greater good. More and more people waking up to serve the greater good. This is good. Most of your preachers, teachers, service people, they're doing that to the best of their ability, serving the greater good. You get to decide. Just know who you're listening to so you can choose consciously. No. And if someone serves the light, they will say it just as clear as I do. I serve the light. You get to decide. Your free will choice. No problem with it, whatever you want. Just know, because most people don't know that. They don't even know who they serve. If they don't know, they're usually serving themselves. Okay, good.
I kept thinking about the theme of friendship. Who are some of the closest friends in your life, and what role do they play in your process?
Are you asking me a personal question? Oh, yeah. Okay, so first I just want to say I had to move through some of the worst relationships of my life. And that was part of my journey. So it's taken a long time to shed relationships. But what I will tell you is that can we please, every person in your life is a teacher. Your greatest enemy that you think, I'm saying you, but I mean all of us, is your teacher. And when you recognize that person that you so-called despise, and it doesn't matter if it's Anthony Fauci, Bill Gates, or Trump, or anyone else, they're your teacher. Once you recognize what they're here to help you with, and your teacher is simply here to show you where you're what? Out of vibrational alignment. If it's someone you love, then they're showing you where you're in vibrational alignment. Everything's a mirror of your energy. Your frequency, what you're emitting. Every person on the earth is a reflection of who you are, who you've been, or who you're becoming. You get to choose. So for me, I had to do a lot of cleaning and shedding. I had a lot of painful relationships of very abusive people, which taught me my strength and my love. I wanted to love, and I loved to my own harm and detriment. And I still am learning that. I had a retreat assistant recently. I didn't even see how cruel she was being, in a sense, to me. Disharmony. Because I'm just being love. I really didn't see it. I didn't even realize till some of my students on the retreat were saying, this isn't working for us. So, because that's just me. So we project who we are onto others. All I saw was like this innocent, struggling person who I wanted to help and be of service to. So you have to see like what you're aligned with, what feels good and right in relationships. What feels that it's bringing out the best version of you. Here, this is a question I love. In fact, a friend of mine is in the audience who recently had this conversation. What does friendship mean to you? Ask yourself. Is it all about what you get? Do you think it's I wash your back, you wash mine? Because to me, friendship is the sheer pleasure and enjoyment of someone's company. Nothing else. I'm not trying to get anything from my friends. And I also would not feel that my friend, if they're a real friend, is just using me or taking advantage of my gifts. Because I have had friends like that too. So what does friendship mean to you? And to me, the secondary part is that they're positively uplifting me, not 24/7, not taking care of me, and I'm positively uplifting them. Sometimes positive upliftment is like, hey, I'm having a really hard time. I just need another perspective. And the other person gets to be of service, which, by the way, what is the fastest route to joy? Service. What is the fastest route to abundance and prosperity? Wealth. What is the fastest route to wealth? Giving. Generosity, the fastest route to wealth. It's amazing, right? Whole new way of doing things. But I hope that's helpful. All right, what other questions do we have here?
I would like to know the star seed, because I'm very intrigued. Lately, I've been having some circulation, and I'm getting it. And then I would like to kind of...
Betelgeuse star system. Go look at it. It's not for me to tell you. You're wondering what star system you're from? Yes. Now, if you do that meditation we did, I get it, it's hard to remember, but if you drop into your sacred heart center, the answer is within you. It's also in your DNA. The next DNA activations I do by webinar, by the way. There's flyers back there, or flyers over here. We activate the DNA. It's coded in your DNA. But ask what Beetlejuice is.
I've been asking, well, just want to say, share something. I've been asking this because it's troubled time, and it's been really hard to find somebody who can really explain some of the things that is happening. And that's
Ask about Beetlejuice. That's what's lighting up for you. Beetlejuice is a star system. Not well known. It's not the movie. Very benevolent. Right? Okay, not the movie. All right, I think I might have one last. I'm really done, but I'll do one last quickie because the speaker's not here. The what? Akashic Records. Melchizedek order. What is the question? Melchizedek order. All right, you guys, my name is Lori Ann Spagna. My website is lorispagna.com. Please make sure you stay in touch with me through the newsletter, or we'll send you those gifts. There's flyers here. My booth is M31. I'll be over there shortly. I love you guys so much. Thank you so much. Remember, you are the love, and nothing and no one can take that from you. Everything you want is to do, be, and have is available to you. Love you so much.
Thank you, Lori.
Yeah, my pleasure.
Are you here on Monday also?
If I am, I'm around, but yeah, I'm here today and tomorrow. Yeah. Sarah, how do we do there? Did you get to everybody? Okay, that's important. Hello, Pauline.
I got the sprays for the pets.
Oh, good.
And I put your picture with your dog on it with your.
Oh, I'm so glad. That makes me so happy.
Oh, thank you.
I'm so glad.
We're lower lobby right in front of the oak.
I know. I will stop by.
Get a spray for your pet.
Okay, you're such an angel. Hi.
Hi, I'm so glad I got to meet you.
Yeah,
in
oh, thank
person
you.
Today, I've been following you for a very long time.
Oh, tell me your name.
Sylvie Sterling.
Oh, Sylvie.
And
Yes.
I'm a cat whisperer.
Yes.
And I'm very similar to you. I just wanted to be a cat psychologist, right? And then they started to speak to me, and then I started to work with the humans because the cat said, "There's nothing wrong with me. Listen, tell my human he's not happy."
Yes.
So and now I'm doing activations and starseed awakening. And
Good.
Stuff, so I have a very similar. You were a dog trainer. I was a cat psychologist.
That's awesome.
And I just want to meet you in person. It's the first time I actually get to meet you in person.
Oh, thank you so much for saying hello, Sylvie. It's so nice to meet you in person.
I know you don't do it. I just wanted to make myself known.
Yes.
Maybe we meet someday again.
Oh, yes.
Over
I
here,
would
I'm
love
from
that.
Europe.
Oh, good. Yes, you have a beautiful French accent.
Thank you. It's German, actually.
Oh, it's a German.
But thank you.
I think I'm good at the accents.
I like the French accent.
But German is beautiful too. I apologize.
To just,
Okay. Yeah, thank you so much, Sylvie. I will keep this. Yeah, thank you for saying hi. Yeah, and thank you for your service to the animals.
Thank you for meeting you. I speak
Yeah.
tomorrow, but I don't think you do other talks tomorrow.
Oh, I forgot to tell people I'm on the panel tomorrow. I forgot to say that, and I have a lecture tomorrow.
Panel, right?
It's the wellness and healing panel.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Good luck with that.
Yeah. Awesome. Okay.
I just wanted to briefly say thank you, and are you local?
I am not local anymore, and I do everything pretty much by webinar, although I do have local events where I live.
Okay.
Yeah, but as long as you gave me your email address, I'll let
Yeah.
you know, and as long as you want to stay in touch,
I will.
you'll know.
Thank you.
Yes. Awesome.
wanted to say thank you also.
Oh, I'm so glad. Oh, I hope so too. What's your name?
Julie.
Julie. Oh, it's so nice to meet you, Julie. I'm so glad you enjoyed it. Oh, I'm so glad. Okay. Good, good. Yeah, stay in touch with me, okay? All right.
Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you.
I appreciate you.
Oh, I'm so glad.
Forward to connecting.
Yeah, you have a lot of healing going on there. Good for
I
you.
appreciate you.
Tell me what your name is.
Nayeli Cardenas.
Nayeli.
And I literally I'm following.
Let me come
Spirit
down
today.
here. I don't want to
And,
be like standing up here, you know?
Thank you. No, just honestly just being led by Spirit, and I landed right where I needed to be. So
Oh, good,
thank you.
good. I'm so glad.
you.
All right.
Appreciate
Have
you.
an awesome show. And stay in touch. Make sure we have
did.
your. Okay.
I did.
Good,
Thank
good. Okay. Hey.
Hi.
Hi, how are you?
Good. Thank you. Thank you for everything.
Oh, it's my pleasure.
Glad to meet you.
Oh, me too.
I was so, last time I came about, 3 years, 4 years, The last
Yeah,
time.
it's been like 3 years.
And I missed you, and I was so disappointed. So.
I didn't come 2020. No, I came 2020, and then 2021 it didn't happen, and 2022 I was on the road, and I was like traveling cross country. So yeah,
So you said you're not local. You don't.
I do everything pretty much by webinar.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
I mean sessions, everything.
Okay.
Yeah,
So I
DNA activations by webinar.
So I can connect through your website.
Yep, LoriSpagna.com. Did you give us your email address?
Absolutely.
So we'll send you those free
Yes.
gifts, and then you'll know how to stay in touch with us.
right.
Will you tell me your name? I didn't have.
Julie.
Oh, there was another Julie
Yes,
there.
she was just I was
Julie,
thinking the same
joyful
thing.
Julie. J is the
Yes.
letter of
There
joy.
you go.
Yeah.
And